In the search for corner speed, I've been having a nagging problem. I wasn't sure why it was happening, but occasionally I would go into a corner with a big handful of brake and I wasn't off the throttle. Sometimes this would result in a completely missed corner,
like it did here in Charlotte's Web at the most recent practice at Barber.
I realized that due to my stock setup, the act of twisting the throttle through the entire throw was a big part of the problem. My wrist would be fully extended, I would drop my arm and shoulder to get to wide open throttle. Then off throttle and reach out to squeeze the brake. I would sometimes squeeze that brake with the throttle open slightly and bam, a much less than ideal corner. So what to do? In the paddock between races, I noticed a friend had a slick looking throttle set up. And I asked and was told it was a quarter turn throttle, and sure enough, I could only twist it about 90 degrees. This was a lot less than I felt I was twisting mine, and the advantage seemed obvious. So I started shopping around. It seemed like I could spend as much on a quarter turn throttle than on a pair of race tires, so some more asking around was in order. Another CB350 guy with years of experience told me to buy a 2005 R6 throttle, grind it down some, and the additional radius of the cable location would turn my stock throttle into a 90-degree throttle with enough cash left over to buy tires. So I made some marks on my grips, 90 degrees, and full stop on my stock setup, so I could measure and see how many degrees I was actually turning that throttle. Any excuse to get the protractor out, you know. When I measured, I was surprised to find that it was 140 degrees.
Well, that clinched it. Time to jump on the computer, find an R6 throttle body.
So I ordered one on eBay for close to nothing, popped off the grip, unscrewed the housing, test fit, and of course it bound up. I took the tube to the grinding wheel, and after about 5 cycles of test fitting, I turned it down to fit within the housing and had it snapping back to idle smartly. Got the sandpaper out and worked it down to 2000 grit for a nice smooth finish. And to finish up, just reinstall the grip and then check and make sure that it's truly 90 degrees. All done. About an hour in the shop and $7.
And I'm ready to test it at the next race.